The United States of America, a vast and diverse nation, holds a multitude of interesting facts that often surprise even those who have lived within its borders their entire lives. With 50 states stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and from the Arctic touches of Alaska to the tropical beaches of Hawaii. America is home to an incredible variety of landscapes, cultures, and histories. One fascinating aspect of the United States is its geographical diversity. The country contains nearly every type of natural environment, including deserts, rainforests, tundras, mountains, plains, and coastal regions. This makes the U.S. one of the few nations in the world where you can ski down snowy mountains in Colorado, surf warm waves in California, explore dense swamps in Florida, and hike through arid deserts in Arizona, all without leaving the country. Beyond the physical landscape, the United States is also linguistically diverse. While English is the de facto national language, it is not officially declared in the Constitution as the national language. And over 350 languages are spoken across the country. Spanish is the second most spoken language, and in states like New Mexico and California, it is almost as prevalent as English. Native American languages, such as Navajo, are still spoken in parts of the Southwest. Keeping ancient traditions alive despite centuries of cultural suppression, the U.S. also has the third largest population in the world after China and India. And this demographic diversity is reflected in the country's food, fashion, festivals, and lifestyles. Another fascinating fact about the United States is that it has the world's largest economy, driven by a capitalist system that emphasizes free markets, competition, and private enterprise. This economic might allows for significant global influence, not only in politics, but also in culture, science, and technology. The U.S. is home to many of the world's largest and most innovative companies, such as Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. The country has also been at the forefront of scientific discovery, holding more Nobel Prizes in science and medicine than any other nation. American universities like Harvard, Pitt, and Stanford are considered global leaders in research and education, attracting students from all over the world. Culturally, the United States has had a massive impact on global entertainment. Hollywood, located in California, is considered the entertainment capital of the world and has produced countless iconic movies and television shows that have shaped global pop culture. The American music industry has also been a powerful force, with genres like jazz, rock and roll, hip-hop, and country all originating in the U.S. and influencing artists across the globe. American sports culture is unique as well, with sports like American football, baseball, and basketball holding immense popularity. The Super Bowl, the annual championship game of the National Football League, is one of the most watched sporting events globally, featuring not just the game itself, but also elaborate halftime shows and multi-million-dollar commercials. Interestingly, the United States is the only country to have put a man on the moon. In 1969, during the height of the Cold War and the space race with the Soviet Union, astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first human to set foot on the lunar surface, declaring, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. This monumental achievement was a defining moment in human history and a demonstration of American technological prowess. NASA, the U.S. space agency, continues to play a leading role in space exploration, including plans for future missions to Mars and partnerships with private companies to commercialize space travel. The American system of government is another unique and interesting aspect. It operates as a federal republic with a strong tradition of democracy and a complex system of checks and balances among its three branches: the executive, legislative, and judicial. The U.S. Constitution, adopted in 1787, is the oldest written national constitution still in use and has inspired democratic movements and legal frameworks around the world. The Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, enshrines fundamental liberties such as freedom of speech, religion, and the press, which continue to be fiercely defended and debated in American society. American history is filled with compelling stories and pivotal events, from the Revolutionary War that gained independence from Britain, to the Civil War that ended slavery, to the Civil Rights Movement that sought equality for all citizens. The United States has undergone dramatic social and political changes throughout its history. The country has also welcomed waves of immigrants over the centuries, earning the nickname the melting pot due to the blending of cultures and traditions. Ellis Island in Newark Harbor was once the main entry point for millions of immigrants, and the nearby Statue of Liberty stands as a symbol of freedom and hope for newcomers seeking a better life. Geographically, the United States is home to some of the most iconic natural landmarks in the world. The Grand Canyon, carved by the Colorado River in Arizona, is over 270 miles long and is considered one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Yellowstone National Park, established in 1872, was the first national park in the world and is known for its geysers, hot springs, and wildlife. The country's national park system protects over 84 million acres of land and provides opportunities for outdoor recreation, conservation, and education. Mount Rushmore, with its giant carved faces up for U.S. presidents, is another famous monument that attracts millions of visitors each year. The political influence of the United States is also significant. As a founding member of the United Nations and a permanent member of the UN Security Council, the U.S. plays a central role in global diplomacy and peacekeeping. It is also a leading member of organizations like NATO and the G7, working with allies to address global challenges such as climate change, terrorism, and public health crises. The country's military is the most powerful in the world, with a presence in numerous countries and the largest defense budget of any nation. This military strength is complemented by a tradition of civilian oversight and the principle that the armed forces are subordinate to elected civilian leaders. Even within its borders, the United States exhibits remarkable regional differences. Each state has its own laws, cultures, and customs. For instance, Louisiana follows a legal system based partly on French civil law, unlike the rest of the country, which is based on English common law. In the southern states, barbecue is not just food, but a deeply ingrained cultural tradition, while the Northeast is known for its seafood and the Midwest for its agriculture. Cities like Newark, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Miami are global centers for finance, entertainment, and tourism, each with its own unique identity and rhythm.